That's it right there, Junior.
What's up, YouTube? It's this CrownSpectro back here with another video today, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, because right now my day's been going great so far, so I hope you guys are having a great day as well. Anyway, let's hop into this video. We're going to be discussing whatever happened to Crysis. Crysis was a first-person shooter game made by Crytek. Crytek was known for making quite a couple games like this, shooter games, and games that, required you to be a survivor. And, Crytek was on a roll with Crysis actually. Crysis done well for the first game. It was released in Microsoft PC, PC game only. I don't think it was released on any consoles. But Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 indeed made it to Xbox 360 and PS3. And indeed caught many people's attention, and people loved and enjoyed this game. Now, why isn't there a Crysis for it? Well, the answer's simple. Crytek doesn't necessarily make games like this anymore. The last game that Crytek made was called Hunt Showdown. It's not that they don't make shooter games anymore, but I don't think they have the budget anymore that they used to have to make games like Crysis anymore. Crysis had great graphics for for the games back then. Like those sort of games, it had terrific, marvelous graphics for itself, and it done great for itself. Even though, it was very expensive though, and let's just say Crytek didn't have that big of a budget to constantly keep making such great graphic games like, Crysis. And, after the third one, I guess in the budget got kind of low because, let's be honest here, you only gotta make a lot of money off these games, but you put a lot of money to these games and you want great graphics off of these games and stuff like that. You want these games to look good and play smooth or whatnot. And when you put a lot of money into these games and they don't sell how you want them to sell, because from what I saw is that Crysis 2 did not do as well as they expected to, even though the game looked beautiful. The game looked great for its time. And yeah, it looked great, and there was a lot of things that led to the reason why Crysis didn't make it. Even though it did get a third game, it didn't make it to a fourth game because, of course, like I said, you can't keep making great graphic games like this and their sales are not adding up to what they expected them to be. So, of course, the last game was Crysis 3. So, hey, they had to put it down, man. They had to put it to rest and move on. Move on to other games. It's not that they quit making games or anything like that. I mean, they made the last game they made was called Hunt Showdown, I believe. I think it was like Hunt Showdown, and yeah, I mean that's a good, cool game. I haven't played it personally. I know it's a first-person shooter game, horror game. So, hey, some people have said they enjoy the game a lot, and I'm hearing the reviews not all that bad for the game. And the Crysis was indeed a fun and indeed unique game that stood out for itself. I indeed gave Crysis a try. I played a demo for this game, and it was pretty dope. And it had a lot of fun, and I like the suit powers and stuff like that. It was pretty dope. But like, it was one of those games that you kind of just forget, after a while, because it's not like Crysis is like one of those games that's easy to forget. But like after a long time, because I mean Crysis, the original Crysis came out in 2007, and the Crysis that I played was Crysis 2, not the original Crysis. I ended up playing Crysis 2, and so yeah, like it was pretty dope for a game. For shooter games back then, I haven't played that many shooter games yet. Only shooter game I was known to was Call of Duty. Alright, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I didn't even play Battlefield yet. That's how you know things to just it was looking really down for me. Alright, it was a sad moment in my life. Alright, and I played Crysis and I had way more fun playing this than I did Call of Duty at the time. So hey, and this game, it's sad that it might not ever get a fourth one, because it might not ever be a Crysis 4 simply because well, the graphics, if you want those graphics to look good, you gotta put money into a game to do so, and Crytek's budget is just not looking up to it. And you may say, well, they still have money to make new games, yeah, but I don't think these new games, but graphics don't look as neat and clean as this one. Well, I mean, I can't say that because I mean it's 2019, and of course most graphics these days are gonna look better than the graphics back then, of course. But you know what I mean, though. The budgets, it's not really cutting it. Crytek's still making games, it's just not what it was. I think they're just afraid that they don't want to put money into making a Crysis 4 and they don't do as well as they expect. They don't want to make a Crysis 4 and sales do not go as well as they predicted them to go. And it's just going to take a lot of money out of the company and developer company, and Crytek can't afford to make that sacrifice currently right now. Maybe someday in the future they will drop some information on Crysis 4. They may indeed announce that they're going to make a Crysis 4 or whatnot. But as of right now, I don't think Crytek has no intentions on making a Crysis 4, sadly. They're focused on many other projects, and they're working on making new, different games at their own time. So, maybe one day they will come back. I know, like, maybe it was last year or year before last, they came out with an April Fool's joke. It was an April Fool's joke going around. It was like, Crytek said they was making another Crysis 4, and people was really hyped, it was just an April Fool's joke. Yeah, I mean, and things happen. I wouldn't say it's impossible. It's just the fact that Crytek just not really their main focus right now. It's not to make a Crysis 4. It's just to make games. To make games that they know that will indeed make them money, or put money, put time into games that's gonna indeed make sure they make a good amount of money. Make sure they're not spending too much money into this game and not getting the amount they predict this game is gonna make back. And I don't blame them for that. I don't want to put a bunch of money into making a very nice looking game and it doesn't sell nowhere near the amount of money that I put into the game to make it look the way it did. So, I don't blame Crytek for making the decision that they have made, but I mean, Crysis 4 would be nice. It's been a long time since the original Crysis came out in 2007. I think Crysis 2 came out in 2011, and Crysis 3 came out 2013. So it's been a while now, and I think it's been like 7 years now since the Crysis 3. So, oh no, I won't say 7 years. I think 6 years. Yeah, six years is about the right amount. You guys tell me what you think down in the comment section below about the Crysis 4 and what's going on with Crytek and their new games. Hey, you never know. I'll see you guys in the next vid. See ya.